Good morning, everyone. This is Saurav here from SAP ICC, and I work in SAP Labs Bangalore and take care of ABAP add-on certifications for Asia Pacific and countries like Russia, Australia, and Japan. This demonstration is to make you aware of what AAK is, to give you an overview of AAK and demonstrating before you a use case in which an AAK would be used for packaging your development and creating an importable file for your customer requirement. The agenda for this session is to talk about AAK overview, where a brief description of AAK and its purpose would be talked about. It, the next would be to talk about the usage prerequisites, where we will talk about the prerequisites required for using AAK. The third would be to talk about the assumptions that have gone into preparing this demonstration and which would be applicable in most of your cases. And lastly, we would actually demonstrate the hands-on in the system. We will also take up questions and answers towards the end of the session. So, the first topic today is an overview of AAK. So AAK stands for Add-on Assembly Kit. It is a set of tools that is provided by SAP for you to uh, develop your solution, which is complementary to SAP standard. You can use the add-on assembly kit to develop industry specific, enterprise specific enhancements to SAP standard, and it also gives you the features in which you can manage the life cycle of your product, that is the add-on to SAP standard. So there consists two important tools in this AAK kit. The first one is SS. The first one is called Software Delivery Composer, which is accessible via transaction code SSDC, and the second one is called Software Delivery Assembler, which is accessible through transaction SSDA. So uh, only when you have installed the AAK in your landscape, you can use these transactions or the tools. Software Delivery Composer collects all the parts of your development that are relevant to your add-on, and it checks for the consistency and correctness of all the development and assembles them for the delivery. And software delivery assembler, however, takes care of the delivery which is prepared using SSDC into a packaged format, and that can be imported into the customer landscape. You can also use the software delivery assembler to define all the import conditions, that is the conditions which are mandatory in the target system for installing or importing the add-on or the delivery component that you prepare for your product. So these are the two important tools of the AAK kit. Some prerequisites are very important while you use AAK, and they are a sound knowledge of change and transport system in SAP landscape. The second is a basic knowledge of ABAP programming, basically data dictionary objects, programs, etc. Third is the ABAP software maintenance, and the fourth one is knowledge about application and translation. You can always learn more about these four prerequisites in help.sap.com by searching the relevant topics, and I would encourage you to do so. Moving on, while preparing this demonstration, some assumptions had been considered, and they are the development of the solution or the add-on that we are planning to develop here, and the packaging of the same is done in the same system. it is advised and it is usual that there are three systems uh, necessary for designing or planning your strategy. The number one system would be the development system, where you actually code and create your transport requests. The second system is the consolidation system, where you actually prepare your delivery requests and delivery component and assemble them. And the third system is a test system, where you install the delivery component file and then test the add-on that you developed for the SAP standard. So these three systems are ideal, but here in our demonstration we are trying to develop and package in the same system because of certain restrictions. The second assumption is the namespace. When you talk about namespace, it is a unique identifier for your product and the company, and such unique identifier has to be registered with SAP in service.sap.com, that is SAP support portal, where you can access it uh, using that the namespace, I mean using the URL that is displayed here. And the third assumption that has gone into this demonstration is the AAK tool is already installed in the system, that is development and the consolidation or the packaging system. So in our system that you will see in some time, we already have the AOFTOOLS installed. So these assumptions are relevant for our demo today. Now I will just show you the demonstration, and for that I need to log into my system. So this is my system. It is EHP4 for ERP6, and here I am trying to develop as well as package the add-on uh, for my say so to say a product, a solution extension or a complement to SAP standard. However, I would just try put a note here that it is a very high level demonstration. It is just for your understanding how to use AAK, and it does not necessarily mean that it is an add-on. All right, so the first transaction that I will use for this demonstration is SE003. So SE03 gives me the list of uh, the options to view the transport organizer tools. And here, if I go down to the administration tab, I can find the option to change and display the namespace. So here I am trying to display you the namespace that is installed in this system and that I am planning to use. So as you can see, this there is a namespace called ICC test which is installed in this system, and this is the namespace that I will be using for this demonstration today. Going back to the screen, I will also go to the set system change option in the administration tab, and the requirement for using AAK and the namespace and the software component that you are going to use is that they should be all set to modifiable version. So the global settings should be modifiable. Out of the two options, modifiable and not modifiable, you can see that the namespace should be modifiable as well. So I'm just doing a cross check for that. My namespace is, as you remember, it is ICC test. So I'm just trying to find out my namespace here and check whether it is modifiable. Yes, you can see here it is modifiable already. The third thing here is the software component. The software component that will be used for this particular add-on that I'm going to prepare should also be modifiable. But now the software component is not developed, not created. So I don't have that in the list, but I will have that in some time when I prepare that. Okay, for that, let me just run the transaction called Saint and show you what it actually consists of. So Saint is an add-on installation tool. So here I can see the list of all the installed add-ons in the system. So as you can see, the second entry in this list is AOFTOOLS 400 700. So this is nothing but the add-on assembly kit for this version of ERP. So this enables me to use the two transactions that we just talked about in the previous slides. They are SSDC. So here you can see I can access Software Delivery Composer, one of the tools of AAK, and the next one is SSDA. As you can see, SSDA, Software Delivery Assembler. So like I said, I need to create a software component for this add-on. So I will go to SSDC transaction. I'll go to the environment tab, and on the second option, create or update add-on software component, I'll select it and try to create ICC test as the software component name for my add-on. So it asks for a release number. So generally the idea is to provide the versioning for this component. So since this is the first version, so I'll put it as 100, and since the basis release is 701, so I'll put it as 701 in this case, and I will choose it as a development project and just put a description, add-on software component for demo, and just create it. I need to assign a transport request for this, so I will just create one workbench request, and add-on SC is the name, and I get the request number ending with 14. So my software component is now created. Let me go back to transaction SE03 where I had seen the global settings, and one thing that was left out was checking the software component there. And when I go there, go to system, change option, and now scroll the software component window to find ICC test software component. So it is also modifiable. So everything is good now. All right. Now I need to actually create the objects that will be included in the add-on. So for this, um, let me write a report program by going to transaction SE38. I will create my first program called first program. Uh, just put it as first prog for AAK demo. Choose the type, choose the status, choose the application component, and just save it. Now I need to assign a package here, and that package should not be a local package $tmp. It should be a package that is assigned to the software component. So the best would be to create a package with a software component. So for that, let me create another session here. Go to transaction SE80 and try to create a package in my namespace, ICC test, and put it as package. So when I hit enter, there is no package existing in this name. I just create it. Choose the application component. I'll just put the short form. Choose the software component. So this is important because this is assigned to what we did previously. Created software component named ICC test. So I need to select the same from this drop down, from this menu. So ICC test, as you can see, it is available here from to choose from. I'll need to assign a transport layer here. So I will choose something which would be relevant. transport for production, and I do not want to create a main package. I want to create a package that can be extended. So I will choose this not as a main package and just create this package. Okay, it has assigned to a default request, which I don't want. I will rather create a request for this. All objects and all the development that go into this add-on would be assigned to a different uh, request. Okay, my package is created, so let us see the properties of this package. As you can see, it is not a main package. If you can just concentrate here, it is not ticked, and if you can see, it is not an extendable package. It is not ticked, so I can use this package for all my development. So I will just close this window, and I need to close this as well. I don't think it will pick up the package that is created. Anyways, let me try. Okay, let's see. Yes, it just picked it up, so it's nice. uh, and I want to assign this program to the same objects for the add-on. Okay, this is my first program. I have a demo program ready. Just I will copy and paste here and save, activate. It's active now. What this program does is there are two select options in the screen where the user inputs the plant and the storage type, and it gives a report out of those user inputs. So I'll just uh, put in the plant and the location and then execute. I get a report. So this is the object that goes into my add-on. All right, I will not include any more objects here. This is just a demonstration, like I said, on a very high level. So I will just use this object itself. All right, so let me release the, I'm sorry, release the transport request that I just created. So I will do, I will select uh, and release all the modifiable requests under my name. Okay. Next, I will just check the consistency of my language settings here and execute this report called RFCP INST. This is for checking the consistency of the languages in which the add-on is would be transported. It is just a usual check for avoiding any language related uh, errors. So next, my software component is ready, my object is ready. I have assigned the objects in my package. The next item in this demonstration would be to go to the transaction SSDC and then creating a delivery component. An important thing to remember here is a delivery component consists of delivery requests of different types. It consists of all the components that go into the add-on that you are preparing. It is called the component piece list. It also consists of all the upgrades that go into the add-on when it was first developed. After it was first developed, that component or that request is called the change piece list. And the third most important component is the exchange component piece list. If you want to know more about the mandatory component piece lists in an add-on delivery component, then I would encourage you to go through AAK tutorial documentation that is available online. So here I will just create an a delivery component name ICC test first add-on and try to create it. It asks for a short description. Uh, okay, and as you can see, I get the software component name which is relevant to all the objects that will be included for this. That is ICC test as the software component, and I can choose from the delivery type here. It is installation and upgrade. Like I said, there will be three most important component list: change piece list, component piece list, and exchange component piece list that will be created. I have also the conflict resolution transport and support package to choose from, which is beyond the scope of this demonstration. So let me continue the installation and upgrade delivery creation. Just hit on continue, and as you can see, the first list that it asks for, it is change piece list. So I'll put it as SAPK 100 change piece list IN ICC test is the name of my change piece list. So like I said, it is for any upgrade to the or delta upgrade. As in the description you can see, delta upgrade changes to the add-on only. So you may be wondering why this upgrade is already prepared when the delivery has not been prepared at all, but this is how it is. This is how the things are designed. Okay, so next, uh, before I create the change piece list, it is important to select the export languages in which your software, your add-on is planned to be shipped. So I choose English as the language and then click on continue. So I have selected English as the language. Second is pre-configuration step, in which you would create a step in which you determine which change requests go into this add-on preparation. So when I just click on the create requests, I get a pop-up which says no configuration exists for the delivery component ICC test. Do you want to create a selection configuration for the request selection? So I will go with yes, because it makes things very convenient, which you can see sometime later. It asks for the source system. I need to put the source system for this. I can just omit the transport target and the source client, but I need to select the transport of copies here. Although workbench request would have been sufficient, because all workbench requests have been planned to use in this demonstration today. So I'll just save this pre-configuration. It is saved, as you can see from the confirmation below. Just go back. Now this is the list, but I do not have any objects in it. So the first thing that I will have to do is flag this request. So let me flag this. So as you can see, in the previous step I had created a pre-configuration for this component. So it gives me an option to select all the objects or the request based on time. So I will choose my current time and then continue. So as you can see, two change requests have been included for the delivery request. So if I can see, I should get request number 14 and 15 in the flag request. Right, 14 and 15 are the objects in the list. Next, I have flagged the delivery requests, and I will include the change request for this, and I will include change request in delivery request execute in background. Inclusion of change request in SAPK, that is change piece list, is scheduled. So I'll just refresh it. Flagged change request included in change piece list. Great. So I have included request in my change piece list. Now the objects are included, but the tool needs to check, or it is the developer's responsibility to check if all the entries are consistent and correct. So for this, you have to do an object list check, which is accessible via Control F11 as well. So I will do this object list check. So this is the feature of the tool to check all the consistency, where it checks the forbidden objects. It does an extended DD check. It checks the existence of objects and table entries to be delivered. It checks the table entries. It also checks new objects in support package. It checks the required objects. It checks delivery relevant table entries. It also checks what is permitted and what is not, like modifications and deliverability. It checks the table entries in customer area, and it also checks the description of software component in the language version required. So let me do this in dialog, and the report just came in where I have seen two errors here. So there is some forbidden object in my in the included request. So this tool also helps me to remove them and also to correct any entries that have errors in them. So let me select this entry, and then with the help of this facility from the tool, I'll just correct entries. So selected entries have been corrected. See delivery log. So as you can see, this particular object has been removed from request. So this may be relevant in many of your transport requests that you may have designed developed for your add-on, and that they may have been found as forbidden, and they would be marked for deletion. Okay, so next error is related to language. Let me select it and then try to correct it. So let's see what it does. Yes, selected entries have been corrected, and it is not excluded but included in the request. So my list is now okay. Let me go back, and for checking, as you can see, it has been checked. It is green now, language version. And let me see the forbidden objects. It's also green because the object is completely deleted. Let me then cancel this window, and then the next step would be to release this change piece list. Yes. Okay, so my change piece list required is prepared. So but change piece list is not something that I will install in my system. For installing the import package, the first file that I will import is called the AOI file, which is for installation purpose. This is only for the delta upgrade for the changes to the add-on. So let me prepare that list, which is called component piece list. So it asks for the name, which I will change it to SAP Q100, the version name, change piece list, sorry, component piece list, ICC test. As you can see here, I have a window in front of me, which is a tabular format for the delivery request, the release, and the component description. So what happens is, in this list, when you keep on creating the add-on component piece list in this system, in your later stages of the product development, you would get the previous delivery requests names and the release numbers here, which you can choose from. But since this is the first time I am using this uh, using this system for preparing an add-on, this list is practically empty. So we'll just continue. My component piece list is now prepared, and it already has the the included requests. So I need to do, I do not have any other modifiable request to include in the component piece list, so I'll just go with it. So next step is not to flag the delivery request or include the change request, but just to check the object list. So I'll just do it in dialog, and I will get the same things, same result, same report as the change piece list. So I will just release the component piece list here. This is the most important piece list for installation, and let's see. So everything is okay and it says me bye. So bye bye. My component piece list is ready. The next piece list and mandatory is the exchange component piece list, and this also needs to be prepared, and it is same as before because I don't have any other modifiable objects or requests to be included. So it also has that list of objects that are included in the change piece list. So I'll just do an object list check in dialog. Everything is okay, and I will just transport it. I will just release it. Yes, yes. Fine. My list is complete. When these three important lists are complete, you can just release the component. So let me release the component. I will say yes, and you can see the symbol is changed to locked. The legend is changed to locked. It's normal. All right. So now my delivery component with all the delivery requests are ready. Now the next step is to register the list, so that I get a file that is created which can be imported in the test system. So for this, I will have to select the delivery request and then click on register delivery request button. Delivery ICC test first add-on has not yet been confirmed. Registration is possible for testing purpose only. Do you still want to continue with the registration? So if I say yes, it will create a version which will be importable, but I will also have the option to contents of the delivery request of this add-on can be changed again if required. So this is very good for me. So I will just go ahead and say yes. When I say yes, you just bump into the transaction code SSDA, and you are into the tab called AOI, because I had selected, as you remember, component piece list. So I'm in the tab AOI, and the add-on is named as ICC test after my software component name. Add-on release version is 107.01. Basis release is 701. So short description, as I had put it, ICC test. You can also change it here, of course. Uh, there are two important things to notice here: extended attributes and import conditions. So as you remember, during the slide, we had said that SSDA also gives you the ability to determine your import conditions, that is the conditions that are important in the target system for importing this add-on. So if you click on this, you'd see a list of conditions. There are main components which are required for installing, there are support packages, there are add-on components. So let me reduce these components to the bare minimum. So I will remove this application, and I will remove this HR component from the main component. I will remove all the software support packages. I do not require the support packages to be available in my customer system to install my add-on. However, there may be some solutions which would require some amount of or some level of support packages to be available in the target system. So you would be the best judge what to include and what not. I do not require AIN. I do not require AOF tools. Definitely, I do not want my customer to have AOF tools beforehand. So I will remove all these add-on components. So this tool just takes into account all the components, all the support packages, and all the main components that are available in the system that you were using for preparing this delivery component. So I will just remove them. And also, it is always advisable, in case it is not very specific to any component, you can choose only basis and ABAP components with the relevant releases to be chosen as the import conditions in your target system. That way it can be installed in a wide variety of target system. Almost there, yes. Okay, then just let me continue. And as you can see, the extended attributes has reduced to, sorry, the import conditions has just reduced to 2, and I'll just register it. When I say register, are the package attributes correct? I would say yes, and I have this OCS file ready for installation. E640020270862 underscore the version name dot .pat. .pat is the extension in which you can import the OCS file. So this file is created, and now you may be wondering where this file is. This is the file that you are going to ship to your customer, and the customer would run the transaction saint in the ERP and then install this file. But for that, you need to zip this file first. So let me show you where the file is. I'll just log in remote to my system where this file is. So this is my system, and I will show you where the file gets created. You go to your computer and into the application folder, you go to the user, you go to SAP, you go to the trans folder, and then go to EPS, and then go to out. There is a file. This is the file that you will copy and send it to your customer. Now, as a demonstration, as a next step in the demonstration, I want to show you how this file can be imported in a system. It is a customer system. So I'll just copy this and paste it in my desktop. Here is the file. One thing to note here is you cannot install this add-on in the system that you created it. So this is the system E64. I cannot install it in my system here. The reason being, every add-on comes with a software component, and the software component for this is ICC test, and ICC test is already available in the system, so I simply cannot install it. So I will better close this system and open a new system where I can just install the add-on that I had created. The second most important thing to note is you cannot install an add-on in any other client other than 000. So I will just log into 000 client. And after logging in, you have to run the transaction saint. Here, as you know, you will get the list of all installed add-ons, but you will also get the list of add-ons that are available in the queue to be imported. So here in the first tab, installation package, you just click it, load packages, and you have two options, from front end and from application server. So I prefer to install it from the application server, but for that my file has to be in the application server. From the application server, it gets uploaded in this queue, and from the queue I can just continue. So let me just log into the system and then load the file into the application server. So for that, again, I will have to do a remote. This time it is a different system. This is the system that is opened in front of you. I'll just copy this file. I'm sorry. And then go to the path user SAP trans EPS, and in this is the folder where you would paste your file. You can see it is there of 10 KB. Okay, Just to cross check if I am the right system. Yes, I am in the right system, and I don't need this system anymore, so I can just log off. So now it is ready to be installed, but I want to show you one step where it will clarify SE30, SE80 for example. Okay, there was a slight delay. Package. Let me see if I have something in my namespace. No objects correspond to the selection criteria. Let me do it a finer search by being more accurate. No, it is not there. Let me go back to SE38. Let me see if it is there. No, it's not there. All right, all set. Let me install the package now. As you know, I have just pasted in my in folder and I will need to upload it from the application server. So I choose application server here. As you can see, the EPS inbox is located under the following path: D user SAP trans EPS in. And as you know, my file is copied just in this. Do you want to upload the OCS packages from the EPS inbox? I would say yes. I will get the report as uploaded successfully. I will just go back to the Saint screen. I will just start the process, and as you can see, I can find my list of available add-ons to be installed, and my first item in the list is ICC test. So I just click on continue, and then it is all about continue. So if I go on continue, I will continue. Do you want add-on modification adjustment transports to the queue? I do not have any, so I'll just click on no. And I just continue in dialog, and it says the add-on will now be imported and with the displayed queue. So there were some check requirements from the previous installation, so I will just skip that. So the installation is in progress. It's continuing installing and checking the objects available in the system and the new objects that are coming in. A few more minutes, and then it's to install, and then I should be able to check all the new objects that have been imported in the new system. We'll just visit this page after some time. So this is almost, we are almost towards the end of this demonstration today. So this is, that was the hands-on presentation that I demonstrated to you on how to use the AAK tool, what are the prerequisites, the assumptions, the steps involved, how to use the tool SSDC, SSDA, and then how to find the add-on installable file that is created, and how to install it in a customer system. The installation is still going on, and I think we are towards the end of this installation process. And yes, the installation is now complete, and I will just click on finish. And to check that if everything is installed, so the first thing that I will do is go and check the software component if it is there. So I will go to set system option and check if I have ICC test here installed. Yes, it is there. So next, let me check SE38 and then try to display. It is there. Let me execute it. Let me put the plant. Let me put the location. Let me execute. No records, because this system does not have the data, so it does not display it. Okay. And let me check finally the package. Yes, of course it would be there. This is just a customary check. Fantastic. I have everything in place in the new system. My customer is happy. So that's it. That's it from my part. Where is my slide? Okay. So I'm towards the end of this demonstration. If you have any questions, you can ask my colleagues on floor today. And if you have any specific questions to the steps included here, you can just write to me. I'm Saurabh Chetri. I work as an integration consultant in SAP ICC, located in Labs Bangalore. I take care of ABAP add-on certifications for customers and partners and third-party software vendors in Asia Pacific, Russia, Australia, Japan. Thank you everyone for your attention today, and I hope this session was very informative, and I believe you would reap benefits out of it. And looking forward to get in touch with you very soon. Thank you very much, and you have a good session ahead. Thank you.